Hello, my name is James Woods, and this is a short presentation on the history of video game consoles. So, in this presentation, we'll have a look at the different generations of consoles, we'll have a look at the current generation, and we'll have a look at what the future holds in store. So, we'll start off from the 5th generation, because in the 5th generation is where it all kicked off, basically, where it really got destroyed. So, in 1994, Sony Computer Entertainment released the Sony PlayStation, or the PS1. And the PS1 was the most popular console of the 32-bit era, and it was the first console to introduce disc-based games. So up to now it was basically cartridges, and they only could hold a certain amount of space, but with discs you could hold twice or 3 or 4 times the space, and discs allowed better graphics, sound and gameplay in the games, and with the extra space they had, they could introduce 3D games, which just catapulted Sony Entertainment to new heights. It is massive for them. So the PS1 was the first computer entertainment platform to ship over 100 million units. It's really big. Its best-selling games include Resident Evil, Tekken, Crash Bandicoot, but the biggest selling out of all them was Gran Turismo, which sold nearly 11 million units, which was massive. So we'll move on to the 6th generation now. So the PS2 was released in 2000 and was the successor of the PS1. So the PlayStation 2 was the first 128-bit system on the market. So it had the ability to play basically PlayStation 1 games, and it had the ability to play DVDs as well, which was really big. It had a built-in DVD player on it, and another big feature that it had was it had the ability to play, for players to play online against other players around the world, which has never been done before, which really made it massive. So the PS2 sold over 160 million units, and they continue selling even to this day, which is over a decade after its release. So even the latest titles such as FIFA 13 and Pro Evolution Soccer 13 are being released in the PS2, which tells you there's a demand there even to this day. Okay, so we'll move on to the 7th generation. So the Xbox 360 was released in 2005 and was the second video game console developed by and produced for Microsoft. It was the successor of the Xbox, which was released in 2001. So one major feature which made Xbox 360 stand out was Xbox Live. Even though you had to pay a membership, back then it was well worth it, because gamers could download arcade games, such as Pong or anything like that. They could download demos of new games, try out new games that's not even released yet. They could look at trailers of new movies, they could stream TV shows, music and even movies. It had never been done before, and it was huge for Microsoft. So we move on to the PlayStation 3, or the PS3. It was released in 2006, and it was the biggest success of the 7th generation. Its main competitor, and they still are, is Microsoft's Xbox 360 and Nintendo's Wii. So some major changes which the PS3 features, though the consoles don't, is a built-in Blu-ray player and big on better quality games. So another attractive feature will be the PSN, or PlayStation Network, which is free, which basically you don't have to pay, and which means it's better than Xbox Live. Microsoft lost a lot of customers because of that. So we're currently in the 8th generation. The big question is, what does the future hold in store for us? Sony and Microsoft, they already announced their next consoles, the PlayStation 4 or the PS4 and the Xbox 720. So they're keeping all the facts and features about the consoles under wraps. But an image has been released with some explanations about the Xbox 720, and that picture is just displayed down there, and it looks pretty cool. So in conclusion, video game consoles have increased in popularity and quality over time, and I'll leave you on this note. How will companies such as Nintendo, Microsoft and Sony improve their seemingly flawless consoles? So yeah, that's my presentation now. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching and listening.